When you ask yourself why you want your desire, you're more likely to stay in the frequency of the presence of your desire. But when you ask yourself, where is it going to come from? When is it going to come from? When you ask yourself questions you don't have answers to, you lose your, because when you keep talking about good, you get to the vibrational core of what good is, and then you get to the vibrational core, the very vibrational essence of your desire, and then you realize that all of your desires have the same vibrational essence. It's all for the vortex. It's all for connection to the vortex. So now when you realize, oh, I just want connection to the vortex, well, I can have connection to the vortex whenever I want. I can have it right now. Now you have your balance. Now you're ready. Now you can manifest anything that you want. For so long, you've heard of artists, you've heard of writers, you've heard of athletes. They all talk about this zone where they feel like their head is in the right place, and then what comes next is purely magical. It's not magical. It's simply an understanding of the laws of the universe. And maybe the thing is, we can't really know for sure, and who cares, because we're creators over here. We can tune into that state whenever we want. In fact, you're naturally in that state. When you wake up after a good night's rest, or just when you're sleeping, all of your momentum resets. You basically wake up from your sleep a brand new person, and that's the benefit that sleep gives you in this vibrational world. All of your momentum, it just resets, but you're more likely to pick up where you left off before you fell asleep. And so you relitigate the whole day before, and you just activate everything that doesn't need to be activated. So we say you're mostly in the vortex. You're mostly in the vortex, and the earlier in the day that it is, the more likely you're able to catch a whiff of it. But once you start to get better at this, when you really become a vibrational expert, so you understand that your emotions are not really, you think your emotions are about the absence of dollars, but really your emotions, your negative emotions, are about the absence of your connection. You're donning a perspective that leaves you without your connection with source, meaning your inner being doesn't agree with that. Your inner being doesn't agree with the absence of dollars. It doesn't agree with that. And you know that your inner being doesn't agree with it because you lose your connection when you think that. And then so you try to make it make sense in your mind, because you try to understand it like, okay, well, if I had the money, then I would feel good. But that's not what your emotion is telling you. Your emotion is telling you, if you change your perspective, if you molded the clay of your thoughts a little bit differently, then you would be able to allow in your source. And this source, this connection to source energy, this is why you're here. This is why you want everything. You want to feel bright. You want to feel on. You want to feel tapped in and tuned in, and you want to feel ready for your manifestations. But you have to get the balance right. You have to realize that everything that you want is for the connection to the vortex, and you can have the connection to that vortex. Do you know what a vortex is? This vortex is like a spinning funnel of energy, and we want to say it follows you everywhere, but really, you're meeting in every moment, because this manifestation, this physical manifestation, is so much more than a physical rendezvous. It really is this meeting place between you and you. You really meet your inner being in this moment, but how well do you meet it? Meaning, are you willing to go into the vibrational reality, or are you just here talking about, or are you outside of the vibrational reality talking about what you don't have? Because sometimes that's the case. And so you really have to be willing to give up so many things. And we don't say so many things as in like it's so brutal. It's actually not. It's actually, thank God. First of all, you don't have to do anything to get into the vortex. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just focus. And focusing you're doing anyways. Focusing really hardly requires any effort. Focusing is really easy because you're a focusing mechanism. So now what do you focus on? You focus on topics that are easy, that are surefire ways that will get you right into the vortex. Because once you know what the vortex feels like, and then you understand that feeling good is your goal. Not maybe. Here's the thing. Are you ready for this? We're not saying that the manifestation is bad or evil. We're just saying that the manifestation can't be your goal. It can't be your goal, because when the manifestation is your goal, then you're not going to be happy for a really long time. You're going to be upset. You're going to be disappointed for the entire duration of your journey from here to over there. And then you never really get over there, because all the while you're absent. You have that. The vibration, you have the absence vibration activated in your vibration. So the absence of your desire is activated in your vibration, and then you get discouraged. But we're telling you, it's a simple application of the laws of the universe. You have to understand momentum. You can get into that state, that artist state, that zone. You can get into that zone, but you don't have to get in there to get anything done. You have to get in there for the emotional content of it, for the emotional reason, because it feels good, because you need your connection, because you have this long list of desire, and the reason why you want all of these desires is to feel the connection. So when you just go skip past getting everything and go right to the reason why you want it, which is your connection to the vortex, then you've got it. You've literally made a home run, and now you're ready. You're ready to anything that you do next is gonna be It's going to be like the basket, the basketball that goes into the basket at the right moment. It's going to be like a home run. It's exactly what it needs to be. You write the book and it becomes a bestseller. Not because when you're a bestseller you feel better about yourself, but because when you're in the vortex, when you become tuned into who you really are, the book just flows out of you naturally. Because that's the thing about this receiving mode. That's the thing about this state of receiving. We're gonna call it a state of receiving, but we don't want to make it seem grand, because it's truly something that's so natural to you. Because when you want something, it truly becomes a vibration, and this vibration exists in the vibrational reality. It exists first in the form of a vibration, and then you have to go into that vibrational reality, and then you have to translate that vibration into something tangible when it's ready. So the readiness of the desire is not something that you have to worry about, because all of your desires are ready the second you want it. It's instant manifestation in the form of vibration first. The readiness is about your ability to translate it. It's about your ability, your belief. It's about, you can only receive what you're matched to. You can only receive what you believe. You can only receive what you can perceive with your eye. Meaning you can't perceive outside of your perception, which means you can't get anything outside of your belief or your expectation. Does that make sense? So now you have to raise your expectation by going into this vibrational reality, not because you want the things in the reality that are held just for you, but because you want the emotion. And here's the thing, when you're in the vibrational reality, because you like how it feels, you've got it. You've got the recipe. You now understand momentum and you understand emotion, and now you can be or have anything that you want. Because when you're in the vibrational reality, once you're there and you're sure that you're there, you're gonna get impulses. Now you're gonna start writing that book. Now you're gonna start posting online. Now everything is gonna start happening, because it's not about what you do. It's about what you're feeling. It's about how you feel when you're doing what you do. And so if you're acting from a place of I want this for my connection, then the action that you take is going to be puny in comparison to the stance of taking action from a place of already being connected, because you realize that you want connection, so why not just be connected now? So you start to do less. You can rely less on your effort or more on your vibration, because everything that you want already exists. But like we were saying earlier, it does require giving up a few things. You have to give up seeing it before you believe it. You have to believe it. You have to be okay with the emotional manifestation, which is the very first manifestation. You have to be okay with believing in things you can't see yet, because that's a job. That's a job that you signed up for, because you're a vibrational expert. You can do it. Life is supposed to be fun for you, and if it's not fun, then you're missing the point. And if you're missing the point, then why manifest anything? Why manifest anything? Why write another book? Why paint another painting when there's so many? Because the joy of the journey, because you love the connection. Because when you get connected, naturally the things that happen next are your creative endeavors. You like writing so much, but you think that writing is because you want everyone to see you as a writer. But truly, you want to be a writer because when you're in the vortex, that's what you feel like doing. You feel like putting pen to paper, and then that's how it goes. And then you're a best-selling writer. You see, the greats around you, they figure that out. They figured out a way to go into their vortex. And here's the thing, a lot of the times they just pick up the subject that's easiest and they focus on that, and then everything just explodes. Meaning in a good way. Meaning their song is on the charts for a long time. It's truly just like that. And you can even see a lot of the songs that are really popular, they were written in one go. They were written in like 10 minutes, because it was all about what the singer was doing before the words came. Because you don't have to get the momentum of your desires going. The momentum is already built. But the question is, are you the cooperative component? Because you're also in the whole equation of all of manifestation, you're also a cooperative component. The law of attraction can literally like it's like law of attraction can grab its arm and bring all of you together. That's what that's kind of, it magnetizes all of you together. But with you together with all of the cooperative components that your inner being has gathered for you on your behalf. So you have to be cooperative. And when you go into the vibrational reality, guess what? You become cooperative. Do you know what that means? Do you understand the leverage of alignment? Alignment is, there's so much leverage, unless we are clapping our hands, because we're like, it's like, words really don't teach. Only life experience does. But you have to understand that everything that you want, it already exists. It already exists in the vibrational form. But now you have to get into that vibrational form. The word the vibrational form exists. You have to get into that. You have to find alignment with that vibrational form, because you're finding alignment with every channel in the world except for the channel where everything that you want is. And the only way there is it's not a physical, it's not an effort way, it's an emotional way in. The emotional is a key, and the emotions are your key. Emotions are your key, because that's the only way you can get into the vortex. So to wrap everything up, how do you get into the vortex? How do you get into this vibrational reality? How do you depend less on your effort and more on your vibration? How can you really bank on your vibration? How can you make the big things happen, the things that really that really ring your bells? And we're going to tell you. Are you ready for this? The only way you can do it, the only way that makes sense for you and that you can apply right now and get results is by pick the subjects that are easiest to focus on. Because when you focus on your problems, and like you can't go into the vortex because you're trying to take the long way there. We're telling you take the shortcut. Make a list of subjects that are easy to think about, like walking, like popsicles, like ice cream, like clothes, like movies, like going on the beach, like enjoying time with people that you like, having fun, going on long car rides. Think about these things and make a list of them, and watch how when you think about them, you just start to feel so good about everything. You start to feel so good because you've tuned your frequency. Now you're in the vortex. And now when you're in the vortex, the real creation can happen. Now when you're in the vortex, you can have fun. You can have the fun of seeing everything that you want turn into things. And so it's just easy. It's so easy, but you have to do it in a way where you know you're doing it. So you have to use your emotions. You have to, and you can do it. You can enter this state of receiving, and we're going to tell you once you enter it, you're not going to want to leave. But do you know what the best part about this state of receiving? This state of receiving, the best part of it is we're going to save this, is leaving. It's falling out and then going back in. Is noticing where you are and then being like, oh crap, I'm doing that thing again. That doesn't allow my vibration to soar. That doesn't allow me to go into the vibrational world, into that state of receiving. So I'm going to go back in. What's the easy subject? Walking is so fun. I love walking. Bam. And back in. It's that simple. It's not a nebulous thing. It's not even a difficult thing. You don't have to pay a price for it. All you have to do is be willing to feel good and be willing just to feel good. Not get the money. You can have the money, yeah, because you have resistance. Listen, you have resistance, and it doesn't matter. You're interviewing. No one cares. No, we're not judging. We don't even care that you have resistance because we're like, who cares? He has resistance. Who cares if she has resistance? Who cares if they have resistance? It doesn't matter to us. It does not matter to us because we here's the thing. We're the energy that creates the world. We can go around all of your resistance, and we can get you everywhere you want to go. We really can. Because that's how it works. You don't have to figure out what your limiting beliefs are and shoot all of them one by one. That's too much work. You're taking a long way to everything. And it is not. And here's the thing. If you've been taking an approach to life, where has it been taking you? Where has effort really taken anyone? It doesn't take anyone anywhere. It's really when you let go of the struggle, when you're like, you know what, I'm done with being disappointed. What is life? What do I really want from life? I want this, bang, I'm going to go in that direction. So you go in that direction, and then the vortex opens up for you. The vortex freaking yanks you in. You're in the vortex, you get an impulse, you follow it, and then you're like, I just won the lottery. I just found money. This, it happens. Things happen, and we're literally telling you how to do it. All you have to do is get into the state of receiving. Find your balance first, and then act. Get into the vortex, and then act. Because action is not bad, but when you take action without connection to source, it's like using a vacuum cleaner that's not plugged in. It's like, what is that really going to do for you? Nothing. So, plug yourself in. Plug yourself into the source. Find a subject that's easy. You can focus. You can do it. Any subject, like pens are such a good subject because pens are amazing. Like, don't you love pens? Aren't pens so amazing? Good pens are they just slap really hard. There you go. In the vortex you go. And once you're in the vortex, you're gonna know you're in the vortex. It's you can't even doubt it. You're like, oh, I'm definitely in the vortex because I feel good. I feel it in my solar plexus. I feel it in my lower stomach. Period. Life is easy, and we're eternal anyways. So you have so much of your lifetime to get it right. But why not get it right now? Why not enter the state of receiving now? Why not enter the vortex now and then start writing your book? Because we're telling you the words will not only flow, they will come out so fast. You will write the book so fast. You will be shocked. You will be shocked at what happened. But you won't be shocked in a way where like, oh my, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this just happened. You're going to be like, true, that would happen for me because I'm lucky, I'm amazing, I'm worthy, and I'm a good ass creator.